up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Bullets, Barbells, and Barbecue. I'm your host, Brett. We have Chris, the artist formerly known as Heavy C. We have Tanner, the head. Matt is not with us today. Womp womp. He's at fire training.
And then the songbird, Brett.
Yeah, I am the songbird of our generation.
Songbird. There we go. was that the nickname we're coming up with?
Last week that we, because he said I'm like a songbird. I don't remember why you said that. I don't remember what that was. Know. But I don't think we have. Well, that video just came out as we're recording this.
Yeah, it just came out yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah. So I don't think we have enough. Data.
We have our show partners, Elite Nutrition Omaha. Check them out at elitenutritionomaha.com. Use code B3 at checkout, or you can go to the store and yell B3.
Get a free shaker.
We have Rosewood Block. Make the best cutting boards and barbecue. Check them out at rosewoodblock.com. Use code B3 at checkout for 10% off there as well. And if you are listening to this episode and you haven't listened to Wednesday's episode yet, check that out. We had Michaela from D&D Beef dropping all kinds of cattle information. It was very...
It's a freaking process.
Dude, that's very sciencey.
Yeah.
That was very, very sciencey.
It was a lot more that went into it than I thought it did.
Yeah, it wasn't like we're just going to get that cow real fucking fat and slaughter that bitch up.
Yeah.
But they like sturdy girls. We did learn that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got to get those burning hips.
That's another t-shirt idea for D&D. Sturdy girls.
Yeah, get them sturdy girls.
Yep. Got to get those birthing hips.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise they head to town.
Head to town.
It's like the train station.
Oh, yeah. In Yellowstone?
Yeah, it's like the train station.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to go to the train station.
No.
Yeah, so we'll do a little check-in action. I think Matt's still on task. And then we rucked yesterday.
At 5 o'clock?
Yep. I tried that other ruck pack out.
How was it?
It was good. I got the long strap from Go Ruck. If you are of any size and you're debating, I have just the plate carrier, not the backpack.
You have all of the ruck packs.
Not true. I sold the first one. So I sold it to one of my clients, and she had it on and it was rucking, and her friend's like, "Oh, it looks so tiny on you," and she's like, "Yeah, cool. You should have saw it on my coach. She's like 3 times the size." So, but yeah, if you're of any size, get the long strap one, the plate carrier. It fits nicer. The weighted vest wasn't bad, but when you're gonna ruck and that thing is just like the 10-pound plate is laying on your chest while you're trying to ruck with, you have to have the straps somewhat tight. It's not great. It's not fun. It's not great. I mean, it's doable, but it's not great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the long strap one. And then I got the long 30-pound plate for it.
Well, like in strongman, when you have to carry things like stones or sandbags or anything, you're like holding them right in that, like.
I know people are like, "Oh, I can't breathe when I do that." I go, "That's like the idea."
Yeah.
That's what makes it hard.
No, you can't fucking breathe. Good luck.
When you do Conan's wheel, if you can breathe, you're probably not doing it heavy enough.
Yeah.
That's science. So yeah, I think Matt's still on track. I told him he better have his shit together before our 100th episode. Actually, you know what? It was our 1-year podcast anniversary yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. March 15th of last year, me and Matt and Mike recorded the first episode. And if you go back and listen to it, man, our audio was not good then.
Maybe it was just Mike.
No, it was not. Well, yeah, Mike's like a mile away from the microphone when we were doing it. But yeah, the audio was, we got different mics.
Yeah.
Microphones. And we got rid of Mike.
Like huddle around that little desk you used to have in here.
Yeah. We didn't video those. But yeah, I had a regular, like, what is it, like a 4-foot desk?
Yeah,
if that is a 4-foot,
it's right there.
And I had fucking boom arms hooked all the way around that thing, and we would just crowd around it.
Yeah, right by the door.
And I do remember talking, like we talked when that happened. I'm like, it sounds like Mike is like in a different town.
Yeah, it was. And I remember the first time I posted it, and I messaged Ed, and I was like, check out our podcast. He goes, yeah, how about you like introduce yourself? Because I just like got on there, I was like. It was like, did you ever see that show Syphil and Ollie on MTV back in the day? The sock puppets?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And Chester, the friend that would like always wanted to hang out, but they wouldn't let him.
I never watched the show. So.
And he was like in their like little studio, and he was like, "Hi, this is my show. Welcome to my show." I was like, I totally fucking forgot. But yeah, you should check out some Syphil and Ollie clips. Yeah,
maybe.
Put a quarter in the
I mean, you've watched some random shit. I'm surprised you haven't
Put a quarter in the don't jar, Chester.
I after watching, like I said last time, hoof videos.
That's very behooving of you.
Then you go down the rabbit hole of rock hard earwax. And then you're watching some dude remove earwax, and I'm like, wow, why is this fascinating to me? I just can't.
Dude, I watched the guy with a backhoe for like a half hour one night.
Yeah.
Because he had that deal where he could like drop the bucket off of it, and then he could like go grab other stuff, and he like would he like picked up a 5-gallon bucket and like moved it and like set it down and like grabbed like somebody's lunch pail. Like It was
the
pretty
next thing
impressive.
You know, I'm watching people mow yards.
That's impressive too.
Yeah, like the transformations and power washing. It's like, man, I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of makes you want to start a power washing business because it's like, you know what? It's hot out, but you're basically getting like splashed with water all day, so it's probably not that bad.
And then if you get good at it, I'm sure you could probably do it quickly. But mowing doesn't sound fun to me.
I don't know those.
No, who wants to be outside when it's hot as fuck mowing?
I know, but those mowing videos that guy has.
Yeah, there's a bunch of it. Yeah,
a couple guys that do. Oh,
well,
there's the one that guy. He goes like the abandoned places, kind of, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. I think he has a mowing business, but he does one for free once a week.
And something. I think he's in Kansas City.
Dude, one of the best things about whether you have your yard mowed or you mow it yourself, if you mow and you don't edge, you're not getting the total package. The edging is what really fucking makes your yard look crisp. I don't mow, so
I know. And fucking edgy. I mean, like I edge, but God, it said, yeah.
Well, actually, when I did mow, I had like the weed eater. You could flip the head the other way.
Yeah, that's
and
what I have.
And walk with it.
Well,
I hate mowing.
Yeah, I'll do that, but then I also have the sidewalk edger, that goes down.
Yeah, don't you also have like 47 kids that can mow the yard?
Just 2 at home.
Okay, so that's 2 more than could be mowing.
The 11-year-old is not mowing right now. I know I was mowing at 11, but I'm pretty sure I would end up with some interesting pattern in my front yard.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. How about you, Chris? You still running?
Yep, still running. Got to run today. Ran yesterday.
You still lifting weights, or did you give up on that?
Still lift weights.
Are you training for your run? Is that what you're lifting for, or are you lifting for life?
I don't know. I'm not really. I would say I'm not trying to make any gains on lifting right now. Just more maintaining because I am more focused on the running. That's all I think about.
So you're doing like higher rep stuff?
Yeah, I just do regular like 10 to 12 reps, just like bodybuilding stuff, bro lifting,
Just shirt off, mirror going.
Get in there and get after it. Feel like a beast pulling.
Get a sweet pump.
Get this pump going. Because all day long, I'm coming at home. I'm coming at the gym. I'm just, I'm
every time I'm lifting, it's like I'm coming. And Pumping Irons. If you haven't watched it, watch it. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube, I think.
Probably. But yeah, I'm basically just, doing some like bodybuilding, bro lifting, some chest workouts. Nothing. I'm not focused on strength right now at all because I'm trying to make this run. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah. No, you're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to watch some good old videos, Pumping Iron, and then go right to Blood and Guts with Dorian Yates. Blood and Guts is pretty good.
You want to talk about
his training partner's a fucking lunatic.
Totally different style. Totally different style.
Yeah. What was his training partner, Lenny or whatever? That dude was crazy though.
Yeah.
But
Dorian Yates is like a booming voice too when he like gets loud and when he's lifting and stuff.
And they're just like they were in a Temple gym in England and they were just like close the gym down. It's just him and that dude in like a basement yelling at each other.
And then watch some Ronnie Coleman videos. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Lightweight.
Lightweight. Everybody want to be strong, but ain't nobody left no heavy ass weight. And now Ronnie's in a wheelchair. But other than that, I think
he still looks pretty jacked. Actually.
Yeah, upper body jacked.
He's still jacked from being in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Tanner, what are you doing with your life?
Oh, I went back to just lifting super heavy to like one. I won't do anything more than 5 reps right now.
That's what you said last week. How's that going so far?
It's going good. I will say my appetite jumped. Like there were like 3 or 4 days last week and Nicole's like, are you done eating dinner yet? I'm like, I know I'm full, but
Are you calling me fat?
But I'm still hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever got to the point like you physically can't put more food in you because you're full, but you're like still like want to eat more food?
How do you think that would have gone if you would have asked Nicole if she was done eating?
Who's Noelle?
How do you think that would have gone over? I have no idea. I have no idea why that even came out there. But yeah,
I guess it's close to Nicole.
Yeah. Like the first Noelle?
Yeah, basically. But yeah, how do you think it would have gone if you would have asked Nicole, are you done eating yet?
I mean,
you can't. There's some things you can say that they can say to you that you can't say to them, and that is definitely one of them.
I would say that I know what you mean. She wouldn't give a fuck. Like her give a fuck meter is pretty much broken. But she doesn't eat a whole lot. But if every once in a while, last night I made smash burgers, and she had a whole one, and she was just like, "I'm so miserable." I said, "I thought you were only gonna have half, but yeah, you."
That is definitely not a lot of food. If you ate one smash burger in your...
I mean, it was 7 ounces of beef. Toasted buns. Use the bun butter.
7 ounces of beef. So was it like a double?
Yeah, I'd make them all doubles.
Oh, I was like, man, that's not really a smash burger. That's a fucking
thickie.
thicky.
Well, this is how I do smash burgers. I do 3.5 ounce patties, smash them down, flip them over, and then put the cheese in the middle and put them on top, so everyone gets a double.
You do onions on them too?
No, I would, but
I like to do jalapenos.
yeah.
Pickled or
Those ones, is it Billy Bob's or whatever those ones are? Get them at Jalapeno Barbecue.
they got to
I
be
think they're
pickled.
pickled, yeah.
Yeah, they got to be pickled.
They're good though.
Raw jalapeno is just not.
I'm still laughing at how the fuck did you do that, Noel?
I don't know. It's close enough. I watched that guy eating the raw chicken until he gets a tummy ache. He's
Did he
still
die
going.
yet?
No, he's still going. But he did. He put a chicken breast, a lemon, and a jalapeno in the blender and blended it up and then drank it.
Ugh.
But you know what? He's kind of showing, like, you know what? People get all weird about chicken. That fucking dude's been eating raw chicken for like 45 days.
Still gross.
And he hasn't gotten sick.
Well, you do know, I mean, just for everyone's information, we don't process raw meat very well. That's why when we had fire, we actually evolved, because you could actually process the.
Well, I don't know how much he's evolving in life in general, this kid.
He's going backwards probably, but
I just meant as far
raw meat
as,
is not.
I meant as far as like the bacteria. What is it you get from you don't get salmonella from chicken?
Salmonella.
Salmonellers. But yeah, I mean, he's on like day fucking 45 or something like
He's
that.
probably got a sweet ass like tapeworm growing that he doesn't even know about.
He's just always hungry.
I suppose he's real
Tapeworm
selective
feed
about the
everything.
brand he gets.
What's he rolling with?
I don't know if he ever
Oh.
said.
He doesn't have a sponsor. Like Smart Chicken hasn't sponsored his ass
I
yet.
don't know if any chicken place wants to be a part of this.
Yeah, because what if he does get sick?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, great.
I'm sure if he'd mentioned it, they probably like sent him a cease and desist letter. Like, do not fucking put our name on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still going strong.
I don't know if strong's the right word.
Well, yeah, he's not. Have you seen the video?
Yeah, you showed it to me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
disgusting. Yeah.
I refuse to watch it. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
And dude, and he eats like breasts, like in like the thick part of them. Like
He's
that's like
just, yeah, man, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It actually just like
What's
gets me a
that
little
guy's-
gets
what
me a
do you
little queasy
What do you
thinking
think
about
that
it.
breast smell like? I bet it's rough.
No, he just said he's eating it every day until he gets a tummy ache. But I wonder if the rest of his meals he's eating normal meals. He didn't say he's eating every meal. He said I'm eating raw chicken every day until I get a tummy ache.
All right.
And maybe he just barfs it up right away off camera.
Wouldn't that be considered a tummy ache? Maybe not, I guess. I
No,
don't
if
know.
he forces it.
Yeah, I still think the salmonella's in you. Like I don't think you can puke out salmonella.
I think he tried some other ones too in the past, like drinking something or eating something.
Yeah, guy's a dipshit.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and then we're still jumping. I had 2 weeks in a row. Somebody tried to get me to do the agility ladder, and I'm like, no. I'm not gonna.
Nothing makes you feel dumber than trying to do some of those agility drills that you used to be able to do, but like things don't work exactly the way they used
I am
to.
never gonna do anything at this age that I need to put 2 feet in the same square. That's never gonna happen. It's not happening. Name one thing.
I don't know. Standing.
Yeah, but you're standing. I'm not like going as fast as I can.
2 feet in the same square.
And I don't need to side shuffle that fast. My side shuffle is fast enough to get away already.
It is good to side shuffle, but I don't think we need to do it for speed.
Do you want to get better at things? Fall off of like a plyo box and try to land.
Yeah.
That's real life. Or just learn how to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. The agility ladder is not.
We should just have like icy concrete. And that.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
Get like get like elbow pads and everything on.
Yeah.
But you can't like try to catch yourself.
Yeah, and you just got to go out and try to survive a full on, like legs leave the ground, your ass is below your feet when you hit the ground, fall.
Yeah.
And survive.
It's like when you watch those like WWE training videos where they have to learn to fall so they
Oh
don't.
man, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes way more sense to me.
Those WWE guys are crazy. They like fly off the rope, do like flips and shit. Like
Well, that's why I was saying people are like wrestling's fake, and I was like, dude, the athleticism those guys have,
very real.
especially now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotten more and more and more athletic. The crazy stuff they do. Like, I mean, I just thought it was crazy. Like when the Undertaker used to walk across the top rope. I mean, he was holding on to the other guy, but still.
I mean, they're really not punching each other, but with full force. But they're still fucking throwing each other around and body slamming each other.
Or they like climb up to the top buckle and like backflip onto somebody. Like,
do you want somebody who weighs 270 pounds to jump off the top rope of a ring and land on top of you? Probably not. No matter if they're even trying to cushion their fall a little bit, you don't really want that.
I mean, I would assume it's probably harder to pull a punch.
Yeah.
To stop it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't care how.
Well, like when you get to sparring, like if you've ever boxed or anything else, you can get to the point to where you're barely like you're pretty damn close.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But
to actually make it sound that way and everything else, like you have to be a little closer than that.
And there's a lot of bodily fluid shared on those things. Like remember The Rock used to always spit in his hand and then slap him. Like that's still there.
It's gross.
It's still spit.
Yeah.
What was that one dude that would rub his butt
Rikishi.
on? Oh, God.
He'd throw him in the corner, then rub his ass on him, and he had like
faces and stuff. And it's like, this is who? What?
Yeah, because he had that sumo wrestling outfit on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was bad.
Yeah, you'd have to pay somebody a lot of money to do that. Well, maybe not everybody, but you'd have to pay me a lot of money to do that.
Well, yeah, dude, then on top of those guys work like 300 days a year or something like that. They're traveling.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it's weird that there's coke addictions. So weird they had those problems.
Yeah.
That is weird.
And I think they're all independent contractors.
Are they're all 1099s?
I feel like they're kind of on their own. I thought I'd seen that somewhere. Like they're responsible for their own travel and all that stuff. Like
I don't know. I thought for a while there was kind of like a secret. Nobody really knew what all that. And some people came out and said, "No, we're getting screwed for the."
Well, yeah, I think, like I said, I think they're independent contractors. But I think you got your people like your John
if you're not
Cena
a big name, you're basically just scraping by.
Yeah, you're kind of. They just pay you per show, kind of a deal, and like how you get to the next one.
Staying in a shitty Super 8,
And I mean, they can make and break you whenever they want to.
Right.
They could literally just like, you know what, you're not on anymore. We wrote you out of the story.
I was going to say, like, you can't really go in and yell at somebody because they'll just cancel your ass.
They're kind of like one-sided contract. I mean, it's kind of like the UFC is kind of one-sided contracts.
They're all one-sided contracts.
But it's not like they guarantee you any compensation. Like we're the NFL. Like if they cut you, they got to pay you.
Yeah.
We're like the UFC or like WWE, they can just be like, well.
But even the NFL is not 100% guaranteed. Like the NBA's the NBA and
well,
Major
the
League
NFL is
Baseball.
getting to that way.
Yeah.
Which some of those contracts they got handed out last week.
Fucking Kirk Cousins, man. He's got a good agent.
Kirk Cousins is not the best. I mean, he plays above his caliber. Like, he plays above his skill set. I'll give it. And that guy's got heart. When that guy, watching that game when he fucking popped his Achilles and he still ran like 2 more steps, I'll give it to that dude. And he's a likable guy. But, dude, $180 million contract with $100 million guaranteed. And this guy hasn't even played it down a football since he tore his Achilles.
And he's 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's got a good agent. Good agent. And it shows you, like we've talked before, there aren't that many good quarterbacks in the NFL. There really aren't. Like, not every team has a good quarterback. I mean, they're like, I guess good's relative, but good, compared to each other. There are only probably like 10 really good quarterbacks in the NFL.
yeah, are they better than the rest of the quarterbacks in the world? Sure.
Yeah.
But comparatively, and there's not that many good crop of college quarterbacks.
No, there's
A
only
lot of them are a bust because college offense is so different.
Well, and then that's why when you get there's only 32 teams in the NFL. You would think out of all the college players that played, all the college teams every year, there's 119 Division I teams, something like that. That
so.
Out of all of them, every team could have a good quarterback, but now it doesn't happen.
No, my prediction is that Caleb Williams is going to be a bust.
Yeah,
and especially because Chicago shits on their quarterback as soon as they get him. As soon as they draft him, they're like, this guy fucking sucks.
Well, Chicago ownership is terrible. They're just bad.
Well, that's what Tom was saying. That chick's just trying to fatten her own pockets instead of make the team better. Yeah. And she's like 1,000 years old.
Yeah. But yeah, Chicago's where quarterbacks go to die.
Which is shitty because, like I said, as soon as they don't even get a chance to play and they hate him. Yep. They hated Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's whatever you want to say, but he was a decent quarterback.
Mitch Trubisky.
As soon as they traded up and drafted him, Chicago hated him.
Fields.
I don't think Fields is that bad. They just don't give him a chance.
I'm not convinced that he is terrible.
They don't give him a chance in Chicago.
I don't know if he is or not, but
I think what he'd probably do good is if he went to Baltimore and played under Lamar Jackson for a couple of years because they're a very similar style quarterback.
When did Chicago had a really good quarterback though? I mean, even Jim McMahon sucked.
Yeah, they've never.
Jim McMahon was not a good quarterback.
Well, they won. Walter
he was
Payton.
Okay.
Walter Payton and the defense won that.
So they've never had a good quarterback.
He was just basically a quarterback that may not lose the game for you.
Wasn't he blind in one eye?
He was very flashy. That's all I remember. I don't know if he's blind.
I don't remember.
Or not.
I'm gonna look at that. But yeah, I think Fields would do. He's got a similar play style. I think he would do good under Lamar Jackson, kind of like how Aaron Rodgers played like under Brett Favre for a little while.
But like you said, I think J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan is going to be a better NFL quarterback.
I think he's going to be the best one out of this draft.
I don't know who the kid out of North Carolina. I think is pretty good.
What's his name?
Drake May. Is that right?
Is he the one that's like they're projecting as like the number 2?
Yeah. I just think Caleb Williams is going to be a bust, but everyone keeps saying that. So then I'm like, oh, if everyone's saying that, he's probably going to be great.
Well, he kind of didn't play very good last year, right?
I think USC was 7-6 or something.
Yeah.
And he cries a lot. Not a huge fan of that.
Yeah, if you're crying in college, you're definitely going to be crying in the pros.
Hey, in other news,
he was half blind his entire career. Jim McMahon was.
Which eye? His good eye or his?
It was due to an accident as a child.
Oh, that's crazy. You could be an NFL quarterback and just be half blind.
I didn't even see that fucking guy coming. Did you see him?
No shit. You didn't see him coming.
In other news, we are recording on Saturday. Nebraska men's basketball freaking smoked Indiana last night. They're in the semifinals for the Big Ten tournament for the first time in their history.
And in other news, Trev Alberts is leaving us for
A&M.
Texas
All right, so Tom, we referenced Tom a lot on the show. He did make a good point to me. He's like, who's Georgia's athletic director? And you don't know.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fucking matter. Right? Because it doesn't matter.
Well, I guess he said some things that were kind of controversial when he left. I don't know if it's true or not. Basically, like talking about how the politics of the state are holding back Nebraska football, which I don't know how that's even possible.
I think there's a big Regents problem, and I think there's a big Regents problem, and I mean, if I start going into this...
let's not get that far in. But yeah, I think the Board of Regents probably is... I mean, come on. Nebraska's a good university. It's a prestigious university. You know what I mean? And you've 7 months without a president. Like, that's kind of a problem.
That's where my concern is. How do you go and have like no chancellor, no president, and no athletic director at the same time? Like, there's something going on.
Yeah.
And that's like Trev, I mean, whatever. Like, he left. Like I said, no one cares. Apparently, Michigan's athletic director came from Domino's. Like, it doesn't really matter. You know,
if that's the guy that turned Domino's around, I'd have got that guy too.
Yeah.
Domino's is money.
I haven't had Domino's in a long time.
Fucking so good. The Jim McMahon thing, he severed the retina in his right eye by accidentally poking a fork into it when he was 6.
And still was able to play pro football.
That's how much the Bears didn't need both eyes.
See, like I said,
all he had to know was that when he turned, Walter Payton was behind him.
Bears haven't had a good quarterback in a long time.
Here you go, Walter.
I don't think they've ever had a good quarterback.
And again, like I said,
I'm really thinking about it, and I can't think of anybody that.
And again, then they just like shit on him.
Mike Tomczak. I don't
Rex Grossman. I mean,
yeah. Didn't they have
Jay Cutler's probably been the best quarterback they've had in.
Who was the guy that played for Denver and then he was praying?
That was
Tebow.
He didn't play for the Bears all
No.
No, he's just in Denver. Yeah, I mean, Jay Cutler was probably one of the better quarterbacks they had.
They've ever had. Yeah.
Jake the Snake.
And Jay, he was good. I mean, he was good in college. I was just waiting for him to start smoking on the sidelines. Like, that's what I feel like the kind of guy Cutler is. Like, just
he definitely seemed very arrogant.
He played for Arizona State, right?
No, he played for what's in Nashville? What college is that right outside of Nashville?
Vanderbilt.
He played Vanderbilt.
Did he play Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
You're right. I believe that is right.
Yeah. And I only know that because I watched The Very Cavalier and he was on there.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was funny. They went on like a vacation to like Rome or Italy and someone's like, "Oh, are you Jay Cutler? Can I get a picture?" He's like, "No." Just like walked away.
Yeah, I heard he is kind of an asshole.
I was like, well, I guess respect, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, the guy's just like, no,
bitch.
it's not happening.
Taking one anyway.
Yeah, not happening. So that's why you have to do that distance one. You just like over the shoulder. I tried to do that with Arnold. I tried to get a selfie with him, but he'd already turned away after I shook his hand.
So Selection Sunday for the NCAA tournament is tomorrow. Nebraska's going to make the NCAA tournament for the first time in a while.
Did the Nebraska girls lose the Big Ten? Did they lose to Iowa the Big Ten?
Yeah, in overtime.
Fucking Caitlin Clark, she's good.
Caitlin Clark is good.
Yeah, I mean,
And, I mean, they have other good players in the team. It's not just Caitlin Clark.
No, but that's helped. That's like Jordan Pippen.
Yeah, but she's definitely. I'm
guaranteed she's taking a pay cut to play in the WNBA.
Yeah. I guarantee you her NIL money's bigger
Yeah,
than
I'm surprised
that.
she just didn't go to Europe or something.
I heard that her boyfriend works for the Pacers
Oh, okay.
and that Indiana has the first draft pick in the WNBA next year. So, and Indiana's not that far away from, it's still Midwest, so maybe she can keep some of her like
NIL money.
Hy-Vee deals.
Endorsements.
Yeah.
That's a smart move. 'Cause, I mean, yeah, you got to. The WNBA, I mean, it sounds assholey, but it's all true. If it wasn't a write-off for the NBA, it wouldn't be around anymore. That's why I think like this
It
new
loses money every year.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why I think this new like pro volleyball league, the women's volleyball league was the Omaha Supernovas.
Yep.
Like I think it could do well because people like to watch women's volleyball, men and women, some men for the creepy reason, some men to watch it. But then it's also just the right pace. Like men's volleyball is too fast paced.
Yep.
So I think it could actually be one of the women's pro sports that actually makes it really well. Like, because people like to watch it.
So I agree with you. And I think women's volleyball is actually a sport that people will watch.
And it cash flows
And it's
itself at a lot of
growing.
universities.
One, Nebraska.
Well, but I'm sure 2 and 3 in some of those other schools like Texas and those, I think they probably cash flow themselves.
There was only one women's sport that actually made money last year, and it was Nebraska volleyball. That was out of every women's sport in the country.
Wow.
And it made now I will say, as a caveat to that, I think that some sports could make money if they had to. Right? Just like, remember when Amazon can't make money, blah, blah, blah. And Bezos was like, oh, really? And then they like made like $1 trillion in a year. And then they went back. It's like, they spend it because it's better off for them to spend it. Like they don't have to be profitable.
better tax write-off to spend.
Yeah. But then they can also advance. Right. So like all the sports teams, they could they could make money and just quit building facilities.
Yeah.
Right. But then they're not advancing themselves. So I think it's just one of those things. So I'm not going to say it's just a total loss. To your point, I think a lot of them just pay for themselves. It's not a loss. But I think women's volleyball could be the pro sport that actually makes it. But they're going to have to figure out how to get the talent that leaves college and go to there.
And I don't know what they're getting. These girls are getting paid. I don't know if it's.
I think it's like 60.
Which, I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad living to play a sport.
Because you probably get some endorsement deals. So I bet if you're good, you're probably making 100 or better with endorsements.
Yeah, I think it's in that range. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's in that range. But what I will say is that if you're a volleyball fan and you go watch Nebraska or you're watching Wisconsin or you're watching Texas or you're watching any of these high school or college teams, they're better than them. Like the college teams are infinitely better.
Well, they don't, and you're early in the career. You know what I mean? As you start getting you're going. But one of the hard parts, I'm sure, talent wise, is because that girl from the Supernovas came out, she's pregnant.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's the hard part too, because most girls, when they get done with college, they're getting into like their motherhood where they want to start having kids. So that kind of.
Or the volleyball players go to Europe.
Again, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They're going to have to pay them because I think it could be a lucrative sport.
I agree with you. I think it's the one that it could be. Like it could be it.
Because it picks up kind of after football gets over.
Yep.
The USFL or whatever, that's not going to last much longer anyway. It never makes it.
Yeah, but women's volleyball is fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I think men's is not as fun because, like I said, it's almost too fast paced.
They jump too freaking high. Like when they spike the ball, they're like super long routes.
And I know the Supernovas are doing great here in Omaha. They've had plenty of sellouts at CHI. And you just have to make sure that one team can't make the league. You got to make sure these other, I don't even know how many teams are in the
I
league.
think there's only 5.
But you got to make sure they're selling out, their arena. So, I mean, go support them. You know what I mean? Like keep it alive. That's great for the women's volleyball. That's awesome. Like
I don't think most people realize this, but back when pro football started, college teams were better than pro teams.
Yeah, you're gonna have that where you're building the teams.
Yep, college teams were better than pro teams because the pro teams were the guys that was working all week and come out and played football. That's how it started.
And that's kind of what they're doing now with the volleyball team. When you're trying to, you got to start getting them the money. So then that's all they do is they get up, they're practicing. They're doing teams. You know what I mean? You got to get to that level.
But it's like when we had that hockey team here, the Exarban Knights. Every time I went, it was always packed. I don't understand why it didn't make it. It was a semi-pro hockey team.
Omaha's really good at events, and Omaha, Nebraska in general. Like I'm not a baseball fan, but I'll tell you that I'll follow Nebraska baseball. You know, I'm not a softball fan, but I follow Nebraska sports. I think Nebraska, the U.S. swim trials that were here twice because they were freaking packed. You know, like Nebraska, I mean, Omaha, are we getting the first round of the NCAA tournament this year?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it Sweet 16?
I don't follow the college basketball much.
But like we have one of the rounds of the NCAA tournaments here, like, and that's in Omaha. Omaha's not a huge city in the.
And I know they've gotten like the volleyball tournament here before too, a couple times I think, haven't they? For the
So like Nebraska and Omaha love events and they support them. So I think sometimes we think that other cities are doing the same thing, but I'm not sure all the other cities are. And that's to your point, like both of your, like you said, the other cities have to be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
The Exarban Knights were good here, but you know.
Yeah, I really enjoyed going to those hockey games, the Exarban Knights. I mean,
and I'm not saying that the girls that play in the WNBA aren't talented, but it's just the fan base. I don't know. Like it's just when you watch the games, it's fairly empty. It seems like a lot of times.
Let's be real. If any of us have watched NBA games, you're looking for the big dunks. Right, you're looking for, and the men's game is played above the rim, and the women's game is played below the rim. Probably like the rest of us play. You know?
Yes,
but that's not what we've been accustomed to watching. We've been accustomed to watching big dunks, and you might get a dunk in a women's game, like little two hand, but you're not getting some between the legs freaking slam dunk, like.
Yeah, and you know, like, and I was talking about the XFL and the USFL mixed, where the UFL or whatever it is now.
Yep.
I mean,
whatever they're calling it this year.
Yeah. But like we were talking about the other day, you don't even need that anymore because college football in the playoffs will never be the same anymore because of all the money. So the D League is now college.
Yep.
Because why would I go play in the whatever the fuck it is called now?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I go there when I can stay in college for another year, even if I don't make it? I'm good enough in college to get paid a couple million. Why would I go there? And I doubt those guys are making millions on the UFL teams.
Yeah, but I think
it's like a last ditch effort kind of thing.
Well, I think the people that are making millions in college are already getting NFL drafted, right? But there's a lot of players, Kurt Warner, like there's a lot of players who don't get drafted that just need a little bit more like eyes on them for whatever reason. Because Kurt Warner was a arena quarterback,
arena football,
but even arena didn't make it. You know what I mean? It's just really hard because the NFL doesn't necessarily support it either.
They don't. They had NFL Europe.
They've supported this one a little bit more this year, the UFL or whatever the hell it's called. But I don't know. I just think that college is the D League now.
Are those games on right now? I don't even know.
I think this is the first weekend of them, right? Aren't they playing the? I thought I saw a commercial. The USFL champion and the XFL champion are playing each other.
Don't know.
So. I mean, it's like the third time they've
football, or is it patty cake like NFL football?
Well, this is the third time they've tried to bring the XFL back.
I bet it's real football then. It's probably less rules.
Well, the XFL used to be good back in the day.
They do have some different rules in this league.
Well, you know, they tried to do that other league too. What was the one that was here? We had the Nighthawks.
Yeah.
And that didn't make, which some of those guys made it too. Like Matt Overton was a long snapper for the Colts. He used to come in here and train in the offseason a little bit.
How did Nighthawks not make it when it's in Will Ferrell and the Step Brothers when he's like, "Call me Nighthawk"? I mean, how did they not use that?
But again, I think it's the same thing too. Is that
it probably did well here.
It didn't have support in the other ones.
Else.
But this one,
That's
who owns the Supernovas?
Omaha doesn't have a pro team of something because
it couldn't be a pro football team because no one will put anything over the Huskers.
Well, I mean.
But
if there was a pro
we're not big enough
team,
for pro football. I don't think.
Oh man, if there was I think a pro hockey team or some other.
If they transferred, didn't they talk about a pro hockey team maybe coming here?
I think if a pro hockey team came here, it would be because if the Mavericks do well, the Lancers do well.
If they moved an already good pro team here, I think Omaha would support it.
I think Omaha would support an NBA team too.
That's probably I mean, look at Oklahoma City. Yep. How much bigger is Oklahoma City than Omaha?
I mean, if you look at Omaha, but you got to look at the Metro. You got Omaha, Council Bluffs.
You'd have to throw Lincoln in there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a pretty good population for a pro team, but again, I don't know. But with a Supernova, isn't like Jason Derulo and somebody else owns the Supernovas, don't they?
Yeah, I think Jason Derulo and then maybe Joe Burrow owns the
that's the other one
team.
I heard. I thought they were partners. That could be wrong then.
Yeah, I think he owns the Atlanta team.
He didn't want to own the Omaha team. He's a Nebraska guy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I don't know. But, I guess that was our 2 cents on women's sports.
Just sports in general, yeah.
Yeah, sports in general. Like I said, I'm very pro I hope the Supernovas make it. I have not been to a game.
I think we're going to go tonight.
I've heard they're pretty cool. I've heard they're a good time to go to. I know we had Dr. Jamie on here. She's the team doctor for him. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I hope it makes it.
Yeah, like I said, I love.
But you're gonna have to get him. So. You're gonna have to get him paid a little more, so you can actually turn it into.
There's that fine line where you have to pay him to make it work, but you also have the money to pay him.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's like,
I don't know how that league works because they're not getting big time network deals. I don't think at this point. So,
but I think everyone forgets what the NFL was. Like, it was not that long ago that they weren't making this money.
Yeah, and they were a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, but I mean, it was not that long ago. Like, the NFL has taken off huge.
Probably the last 10 years, 15 years,
maybe 20.
Yeah,
maybe 20 years. You know, like it's like.
Hasn't there been a dip lately though with the NFL and their profits, or is it still? I thought
they just raised the salary cap like $30 million.
They have billion-dollar teams.
I thought
they have multiple billion-dollar teams now.
For a while there,
didn't they raise the salary cap like $30 million a team this year or something like that?
And the salary cap is just a percentage of revenues.
So and everybody knows all your money mostly comes from your TV deals, college football, college basketball. You know, it all comes from a lot of it's TV deals.
I would say TV and probably apparel.
Yeah. So whatever they need to do to get, I don't know how that works for a team like the Supernovas to get that league to get a TV deal.
Yep. It would have to be like an ESPN deal.
Yeah. I mean, if they get good attendance, you give them another year of like really good attendance, you'd almost have to pick them up kind of and do something. And it's way better than watching all those fucking dipshits in the morning on ESPN.
Yeah. The problem, I mean, part of the problem is like when I go to grab even a big time to watch like a big time women's volleyball, like Nebraska, Wisconsin, like very rarely is it on network. Like it's almost always on. I mean, sometimes it'll be on ESPN or ESPN2, but a lot of times it's on the Big Ten network.
Yeah. Yeah. So they didn't figure out something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got the Ocho every once in a while. That was marble racing. So I'm sure they could put volleyball on there instead. But we'll find out.
Marble racing.
Yeah, you never watched the Ocho? Isn't it like twice a year they do the Ocho?
The tag.
And they do like all the obscure sports on there.
Dude, the tag on there.
Those people like almost die on that.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane.
The one where they have to race up the soapy steps.
Yeah. The Ocho is great though.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking dodgeball, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it on the Ocho. They need, was it Jason Bateman?
Yeah.
When he's
Norris.
Huh?
Fucking Chuck Norris.
Yeah, we need him to host it. He's going to do it blindfolded. Yeah, Cotton, he's not going to be able to see at this point.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to forfeit. Bold strategy. Let's see how it pans out for him. All right. You guys got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
I think Matt will be back next week. Are you here next week?
No.
New work schedule. Chris won't be here.
Wah.
Wah, wah.
You got to get those buttons closer to you.
Yeah, you need to like move them up so they're on the.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll just
I mean, you probably figure it out.
Yeah.
You got all kinds of time. You'll be here all night.
Yeah, I will be here. So. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, share. We're on all audio platforms. We're on the YouTubes. You can follow us on Instagram. We'll probably start putting some Q&A things out again. See what people have for questions, and whether we want to give answers.
Yeah. And if you'd like to see any more tutorial videos on anything, let us know.
I know, we still gotta make some.
Not anything.
Yeah.
Don't get weird.
Yeah, we're not doing one on edging.
Yeah. So, weightlifting or
guns or
barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yes.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys listening, and we'll see you next time.